A low-class person from a single-parent family coming for a marriage meeting at my house? If I had known, I would never have given permission. Get out now!
What? Are you Kevin's father, Mr. Thompson? Why are you sending these messages?
Who else would I be? My son showed me how to contact you. And yes, I'm sending messages because I don't want to see your face. To think my son would bring someone like you into our home. Who do you think you're fooling with that innocent act?
I'm sorry, but I really don't understand what's happening.
Your kind doesn't belong in my house.
I don't understand. Is something wrong? Have I done something to offend you?
Everything about you is offensive. A council member's son with someone from your background? What would people think?
My background? What exactly about my background concerns you?
I won't have someone from your background contaminating my household. Do you know how many important people visit this house? What would they think if they knew?
Knew about what exactly? I've always been honest about who I am. I really don't understand what's happening. We haven't even met properly.
And we never will. I won't acknowledge you. How dare you try to climb the social ladder using my son?
I don't understand. Your son and I have been dating for months.
Months of deception? Each day you spent with him was an insult to our family.
He's always been supportive and understanding.
I had to practically force him to tell me the truth about you.
Force him? What do you mean? Did you pressure him somehow?
A father has the right to protect his family. He finally admitted everything about your shameful background.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb with me. He finally told me the truth about your background. I had to hear it from him because you were hiding it.
Hiding? I've never hidden anything about my background from him.
The audacity to keep lying! You deliberately deceived us all! A proper family would have disclosed everything immediately!
I really haven't hidden anything. What exactly do you think I've been hiding?
Your shameful background! Did you think I wouldn't find out about your family situation? Did you think you could fool everyone forever?
But there's nothing shameful about my background.
What's this? I hear you're from a single-parent home. Where are you now? I saw your shoes at the entrance. How dare you still be in my house? Just get out!
I'm in your son's room right now. He said I should join the family dinner today. Though he's not here right now because his mother called him.
That's not important. Just leave immediately. You dare to make yourself comfortable in my house. In my son's room, no less. You think you can just waltz into our home like you belong here?
But your son invited me here. He said everyone was looking forward to meeting me.
You have no right to be in this house. No right to be anywhere near my son. Every second you spend here insults our family name.
Listen, isn't it rather rude to suddenly tell me to leave? If you had issues with me, you could have said so during the formal meeting.
How could I say that in front of my son? Why didn't you tell us you were from a single-parent home?
As I said, I haven't hidden anything about my background.
There you go again with your excuses. You should have announced it immediately. A proper family would have mentioned it right away.
I didn't hide anything. I told your son right from the start that my mother passed away from illness. I assumed he had told you.
Liar! My son would never hide things from us. Don't try to blame this on my son. He knows better than to keep secrets from his family. Do you think I'm foolish enough to fall for your deceptions?
I'm not trying to deceive anyone. I've always been honest about my family.
Honest? You're anything but honest. You've been planning this from the start. Save your excuses. You're not worthy of my son.
Thompson, I understand you're concerned about me being from a single-parent home. But your wife has already started preparing dinner, hasn't she? If I leave now, wouldn't that waste her cooking? Could I at least check with her first?
Thinking about food at a time like this? No need to check. She hasn't prepared anything for you anyway.
What?
You heard me. There was never going to be dinner for you.
But your son specifically invited me.
My son was too naive. He didn't understand what you really are.
What exactly do you think I am?
A deceiver, a social climber, someone who doesn't know their place. Why don't you go to the kitchen? You'll understand your place then. Oh, and since I don't want to see the face of someone like you, if you have anything to say, just message me.
Your wife said there's no food for someone from a single-parent home, and you gave me rotten vegetables. What's the meaning of this?
It means exactly what you think. You're not welcome here. Did you expect a feast? You don't deserve our good food.
But these vegetables, they're completely spoiled.
There's no proper food for low-class people. If you're so eager to eat with us, you can have those rotten vegetables.
I see. So this was planned.
Of course it was planned. Did you think we'd welcome someone like you? Did you really think you could fool us forever? Did you think we'd welcome you with open arms? Finally catching on? Your kind doesn't deserve fresh ingredients.
These vegetables, they look like they were deliberately left to rot. By the way, where did you get these vegetables from?
Why do you care about rotten vegetables? Planning to complain about the quality? Looking to cause more trouble? Not that someone like you would understand, but these vegetables are from Green Acres Farm, which supplies to famous restaurants. You should be grateful.
Green Acres Farm vegetables? Such a prestigious supplier.
Huh? What's with that reaction? Are you mocking me?
Wow, thank you so much. Green Acres Farm is so exclusive. Their produce is really hard to get. This is amazing! Can I use your kitchen? These need to be cooked to be edible.
What? Have you lost your mind? What kind of game are you playing? Are you insane? These vegetables are garbage! Are you pretending to be grateful now? As expected of someone low class, you'd even eat rotten food! Why struggle when it's already spoiled?
These vegetables still have value, even if you don't see it. A skilled chef can work with ingredients others might waste.
Value? They're just garbage. Just like you. Stop acting like you know anything about fine ingredients. You're really starting to irritate me with this attitude. How dare you act superior when you're nothing but trash? You're as worthless as those rotten vegetables.
But putting this to waste is...
Fine. If you're going to act tough, let's see how far you'll take this. Oh, but there's one condition.
What kind of condition?
You want to prove something? Then let's make it interesting. Let's see if you're really as skilled as you pretend to be. You can use any seasonings and utensils in the kitchen, but here's the condition. Bring whatever you make here. We'll eat my wife's cooking, but you'll have to eat your dish made from rotten vegetables right in front of us.
Understood.
That's it? No complaints? No begging? Not going to ask for better ingredients? You're not going to cry and apologize?
No complaints. I'll make good use of what you've given me. I'll show you what these good vegetables can become.
Huh! We'll see how long you can keep up this brave act. You'll make yourself sick and regret this stubbornness. You'll give up soon enough. People like you always do. Don't come crying when you can't make anything edible.
Rachel, do you have a moment? I need your expert opinion. Do you think these vegetables are still edible if I cooked them? Sarah, of course. I always have time for you. What's going on? You never message me these days unless something's wrong. Actually, I'm at my fiancé's house right now. I don't want to bother you, but I really need your advice. You're never a bother. What's happened? Are you okay? You sound worried. I'm sending you some photos now. These photos? What happened to these vegetables? They're in terrible condition. Wait, where did you get these? These look deliberately spoiled. They're pretty bad, aren't they? But I noticed something interesting about them. The quality seems very high despite the condition. I need your farming expertise. Your family's farm experience might help here. Just tell me what's going on. I'm getting worried. These aren't normal spoiled vegetables. I know it's a lot to ask, but I really need your opinion on their quality. The lettuce might be okay if you cook the core. The leaves look too far gone. The carrots, the center part seems salvageable. But Sarah, why do you have vegetables in this state? This isn't like you at all. Thanks for looking. I know it's a bit sudden. I appreciate your expert eye. Stop deflecting. Something's clearly wrong. You're avoiding my questions. Something's not right here. You're always so particular about ingredient quality. This isn't about the vegetables, is it? These vegetables, they're really poorly maintained. It's strange to see produce in this state. But actually, despite being spoiled, these look like high-quality produce. I'm still wondering why they're like this. High quality but spoiled? That makes even less sense. Someone deliberately ruined good produce, didn't they? Yeah, unfortunately. Wait a minute. These aren't just any vegetables. I recognize the quality. The quality is obvious even in this condition. Where did you get them? You noticed too? That's why I wanted your opinion. Your farming background really helps here. As expected from a farmer's daughter, you spotted it right away, actually. Well, I'm at my fiancé's house. His father just found out I'm from a single-parent home, and they gave me these rotten vegetables instead of dinner. They what? Are you serious? They did what to my best friend? That's horrible harassment. They've gone too far. How dare they treat you like this? Who do they think they are? And there's more to it. The father-in-law says these are from Green Acres. You know about Green Acres, right? Green Acres? That exclusive supplier? Wait, the most prestigious farm in the region? Something's not adding up here. Those vegetables cost a fortune. Green Acres has the strictest quality control in the region. These vegetables wouldn't rot like this unless they were really badly managed. You're right. That's what I thought too. Even spoiled, you can tell they're premium produce quality. It's rare to see vegetables in this state. They must not respect food at all. This makes me so angry. Do you know how hard farmers work to maintain this quality? They deliberately wasted premium produce. I can't believe they deliberately let Green Acres vegetables rot just to humiliate you. I know. That's what makes me the angriest. Watching them waste food like this. My father taught me to never waste food. They're going to regret this. No one treats my friend like this. This is totally unacceptable, giving my best friend rotten food. Disrespecting food and being cruel. I won't stand for it. Just tell me what you need me to do. I appreciate your anger, but I need to handle this carefully. I don't want to escalate things yet. What are you saying? Carefully? They don't deserve careful. They've already crossed the line. But, no buts. They're getting cocky, aren't they? Let's teach them a good lesson. I'll help you. Nobody treats my friend like this. As expected from an ex-rebel, your motto is, if they hit you, hit back, isn't it? Of course! That's my way of justice. Your protective side is showing. You know me too well. Someone needs to stand up to these people. And don't try to calm me down. This isn't just about you anymore. This is about basic human decency. Rachel. People who get too full of themselves just keep escalating if you don't put them in their place early. Besides, aren't you angry too? Yes, I am angry, not just about being disrespected, but I can't understand how they can waste food like this. These vegetables, farmers put their heart into growing them. Premium ingredients treated like garbage. I won't forgive them. I'll make sure to honor these vegetables by cooking them properly.
This isn't possible! That can't be from those vegetables! It smelled good! Too good! What kind of trick is this? Answer me! What did you cook? What did you use? No one can make rotten food smell that good! You used other ingredients without permission, you thief! I'll call the police!
I did no such thing. The dish I served was made only from the rotten vegetables you gave me. I just used your seasonings as permitted. Every ingredient came from what you provided.
Don't lie to me! You must have smuggled in fresh ingredients! What did you bring into my kitchen? You're hiding something! Don't lie to me! It smelled like something delicious!
Yes, it did smell good, didn't it? Amazing what proper cooking can do. Proper technique can transform ingredients. That's still just the vegetables you gave me.
Impossible! You're lying! You must have snuck in other ingredients. You smuggled in fresh vegetables. There's no way those rotten vegetables could be cooked like that. It's impossible. You couldn't make such a dish just with rotten vegetables.
Actually, it is possible. Would you like me to explain my cooking process? I can walk you through exactly what I did. I can explain what I did with each vegetable.
More lies from you! Stop trying to fool me! You're just trying to cover your tracks. Stop trying to be clever.
Actually, I have a friend whose family runs a farm. She helped me identify which parts were still usable. However, since there was still a risk of food poisoning, I made sure to cook everything thoroughly. Every part that could be saved was used properly.
What? A farming friend? More lies! Now you expect me to believe you have farming connections? More of your deceptions. You're making this up. No one can cook rotten food.
Every ingredient has potential if you know how to use it. Years of cooking help you see value others miss.
And you actually let my son take a bite of it! How dare you feed it to my son! You fed rotten vegetables to your own fiancé?
Your son is an adult who can make his own choices. He chose to try it himself. I didn't force him to eat anything.
You're trying to poison him! This is attempted murder! You're poisoning him! He's only eating it because you tricked him!
He asked to try it, so I let him. I never suggested he should eat it. He made his own decision.
You manipulative schemer!
Oh, are you worried about a councilman's delicate stomach? That's rich, considering how poorly you manage food. Premium ingredients wasted just to prove a point.
What did you just say? Watch your tone. You dare criticize me? Watch your tongue. Just shut up. Don't talk back.
Could you please stop trying to intimidate me by yelling? If you think I'll back down just because you're being aggressive, you're very wrong. I'm angry about this. Your behavior has been completely unacceptable.
You dare to be angry after I let you use my kitchen? You should be thanking me. You should be grateful I even allowed you in. You have no right to be angry. Know your place. Huh, what's wrong with calling low-class people what they are? You need to learn your place. Don't forget who you're talking to.
What?
Listen here. Single-parent households are abnormal because they only have one parent instead of two. That means they only have half the common sense. It's simple mathematics. You can't argue with facts. Don't you understand? You're defective. Single parents are poor, and poor people have poor minds and no common sense. We don't need to treat people without common sense with respect.
Well, that's not why I'm angry. Your prejudice isn't my concern.
What? Still not listening? How dare you dismiss my words?
Your ignorance about single-parent families is your own problem. You can think whatever you want about me. Your prejudice doesn't affect my worth. Yes, your words about single parents are unforgivable, but that's your prejudice and values. I can't change that. But you let those vegetables rot. You'll face consequences for disrespecting food that farmers worked hard to grow.
What? Consequences over vegetables? Are you threatening me over some vegetables? What are you talking about? Vegetables are replaceable. Just buy more.
No, that attitude is exactly the problem. You don't understand the value of food at all. Each vegetable is unique, and farmers put their heart and soul into growing them. Every ingredient deserves respect. Treating them as disposable is unforgivable. The vengeance of wasted food is terrible. Just be prepared.
Why are you the head chef at this restaurant? This isn't a job for someone from a single-parent home. What trick is this? Just answer me. Why are you here?
Well, hello, Mr. Thompson. Usually I don't come out to greet customers, but since I knew you were dining here today, I wanted to thank you directly for your continued patronage. I was wondering when you'd notice. I've been waiting for this moment.
This must be some kind of mistake. There has to be an explanation. You can't be the chef here. This restaurant is too prestigious.
I hope you've been enjoying our cuisine.
Stop mocking me. This isn't possible. You're lying about being the chef. Someone like you couldn't be in charge here. Don't mess with me. How long have you been here? When did you start working? This restaurant is always used for political meetings. It's a councilman's go-to place. We hold important meetings here. The food is excellent. It's not an environment where someone like you could work. Have you been here this whole time? And you've been cooking our food? All those important dinners?
You seem confused about this, so let me clarify something for you. Perhaps I should explain more clearly. About that, would you like to know something interesting? You think I just work here? Actually, I own this restaurant. I'm the owner.
What? You own it? A single parent's child? That's impossible! Stop with these ridiculous lies! This place is too high class. Impossible! You're lying again! A single parent child like you couldn't own this place. Someone like you couldn't possibly...
As you know, I lived with just my father. We weren't particularly poor, but I didn't want to depend on him forever. So after high school, I trained at restaurants. I worked my way up in this field from the bottom. I wanted to make my own way in life. Every position earned through hard work. I worked hard for every opportunity I got. I've been in the industry for over 10 years now, and yes, I proudly own this establishment.
What, for 10 years? But you're so young! You can't possibly have that much experience! You expect me to believe this? No one achieves this so young!
I know. Quite impressive, isn't it?
You mean I've been eating food made by someone from a single-parent home?
Yes, that's right. Every dish. Every single meal you've enjoyed here for quite some time now. All prepared under my direction. How was it? I hear from the floor staff that you always clean your plate. You particularly enjoy our seasonal specials, I'm told. You've been one of our most loyal customers. I'm quite proud that my cooking has satisfied such a discerning palate.
You, all this time.
I'm glad that food made by someone low class suited your taste. And the other council members? Well...
You've been deceiving us all along! You've made fools of us! We trusted this restaurant. That's right, you caused trouble by saying unnecessary things!
Trouble? I'm not sure what you mean. I've just been doing my job. Providing quality food is my responsibility.
Don't play innocent. You knew who dined here. Now everyone knows I called you low class. There are council members from opposing factions at these dinners. You planned this. This was your scheme all along. Do you realize what you've done? What if they use this against me?
Oh, now you're concerned about appearances and reputation? Suddenly worried about your image? How interesting. Interesting how quickly your attitude changes. Well, perhaps you shouldn't make statements that could be used against you. I was just concerned. What if a council member who shares your prejudice against single parents didn't like my cooking?
You schemer! This was your plan? You did this on purpose! You planned this from the start! I'm being accused of harassment because of you! Take it back immediately!
Take what back? Which part would you like me to retract? That I'm from a single-parent home? That you insulted me? That you gave me rotten vegetables? Would you like me to list everything you've said and done? Should I tell everyone exactly how you treated me? Besides, taking it back would be lying. I can't lie to our important customers. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to return to the kitchen and cook.
Hey, this isn't over! Wait! Don't you dare walk away! What's with all these things happening one after another? Breaking off the engagement and demanding compensation? Have you lost your mind? This must be some kind of joke! You can't seriously expect this! Why should I pay compensation for a broken engagement?
You've received the legal notice, I see. I was wondering when you'd get it. The documents outline everything clearly.
This is extortion! You're trying to blackmail me! After everything else you've done, how dare you demand money from me?
It's not extortion, it's legal compensation. The law is quite specific about this. Compensation can be claimed if there's fault during an engagement period. Everything is being done legally. The law is quite clear on this.
There was no fault. My son didn't do anything wrong. He's completely innocent in this. You're the one who deceived us.
Would you like me to enumerate his faults? Shall I list what he did wrong? Would you like a detailed explanation?
You can't prove anything. You're just trying to extort money from us.
He approved of your harassment and didn't defend me, did he? Instead of supporting his future partner, he stood by and just did nothing. He just watched silently as you insulted me. He knew about your prejudice and said nothing about it. He chose to stay silent through all of it. The engagement is broken because of the harassment and his silent approval, so I'm claiming compensation. His inaction makes him complicit. You said you didn't want to approve the marriage anyway, so this should work out for you, right?
This is ridiculous. You're just after our money. You're showing your true colors. As expected from someone of your background, I absolutely won't pay for this. Not even a single cent. I agree to breaking the engagement, but I won't pay money to someone like you. You should be grateful we even considered you. You should be thanking us. This was a privilege for someone like you. You're just trying to extort money with false accusations.
False accusations? That's an interesting choice of words. Would you like me to be more specific about these false accusations? Should I share the evidence? My lawyer already has copies of your messages and recordings of our subsequent interactions.
What recordings? You recorded me? You're bluffing!
Would you like me to refresh your memory about what you said? Shall I quote your exact words? About single parents having half the common sense? About how poor people have poor minds?
You actually recorded everything? Every conversation? That's illegal!
Did you really think I wouldn't prepare myself after you sent those insulting messages and gave me rotten vegetables? I learned to document everything. I'm not that naive. I was ready for the harassment and insults when you ordered me to cook.
You can't use those! No court would accept them! That's illegal!
Actually, it's not. My lawyer assures me it's perfectly legal. Every message, every word. Everything is admissible. My lawyer says we have a strong case for compensation. If you don't like it, we can go to court. But as a local councilman, you wouldn't want that kind of publicity, would you?
What? You're threatening me again? More blackmail!
No, I'm just giving you options. No threats. Pay the compensation or go to court. The choice is yours.
You scheming little... You think you're so clever? Damn, you're trying to back me into a corner! You think you can manipulate me? But I haven't fallen so low that I'd lose to someone like you! You've made a big mistake! You'll regret standing up to me!
Hey Rachel, I wanted to ask, is it trendy right now to make prank reservations and cancel them last minute at restaurants? Huh? I haven't heard anything like that. It was a thing a while back and we lawyers had to get involved, but not recently. That's an odd question. What's going on? You never ask about trends without a reason. Just wondering if there's something I should know about. I'm seeing an unusual pattern. The cancellations are getting concerning. Sarah! What's happening? Something's wrong at the restaurant, isn't it? I know that tone in your messages. I see. Then this is definitely targeted harassment. Their tactics are so petty. What? Harassment? Tell me everything. Don't hold back any details. What's going on? Did you get cancellations? It's getting complicated. The situation is escalating. Remember all those political dinners we host? You know how my restaurant is popular with council members for their meetings and business dinners? Yeah, what about them? Well, lately, all these supposedly council member reservations are being canceled at the last minute. And always right before service. All council member reservations? All of them? That can't be a coincidence. This is clearly targeted. How many reservations are we talking about? It started with just a few. Almost every political group that used to be regulars. Even groups that barely know Thompson. Thompson? Of course. This definitely sounds like him. I mean, Councilman Thompson's doing. I think so too. I expected that people close to Thompson wouldn't come anymore, but I didn't realize council members were so interconnected. He's using his influence. How could he do this to you? The timing is suspicious, isn't it? Ever since our confrontation about the compensation, everything was fine until that. His influence runs deeper than I thought. We can survive without politician customers, but these last-minute cancellations, the food just goes to waste. No, he's wasting food again. This guy is unbelievable. He really knows how to hit where it hurts. He remembered how angry I was about the vegetables. He's using what he learned about me. If they'd cancel in advance, we wouldn't waste ingredients. The fact that they're deliberately canceling at the last minute shows how malicious this is. Then we need to send a message back. Time to fight fire with fire. Dealing with politicians is tricky, but I can't stand watching them walk all over you. Let's fight back. Fight back? What do you actually have in mind? Because I don't want to punish or involve any other customers. Oh, Sarah, you're thinking too small. We need to think bigger, much bigger. The best way to handle this is to get public opinion on our side. Just leave everything to me. I've got connections.
Hey, you! What's with that internet article? Aren't you ashamed of trying to gain public sympathy?
Hello, Mr. Thompson. I see the article has caught your attention.
You know exactly what you did.
I simply gave an interview. The press approached me. We've been having a lot of last-minute cancellations lately, and it's been quite troublesome. When they asked to interview me about this issue affecting the restaurant industry, I agreed. The waste of food was particularly concerning. It seems the article has gotten quite a bit of attention.
You're manipulating the media!
Manipulating? I just told my own story. Just speaking about my experiences. I simply shared common industry concerns and my story as a restaurant owner.
Stop this immediately! It's disgraceful!
Why are you so worried about this article? I'm afraid I don't understand. What's disgraceful about discussing restaurant industry challenges? Many restaurant owners face similar issues. Why should I stop just because our restaurant was featured in an article? How does this affect you in any way? Unless there's something you're worried about.
It's unsightly! A person from a single-parent home trying to gain public sympathy through publicity stunts? A person like you shouldn't be in the media! Someone of your background. You're beneath us! Know your place! It makes my skin crawl. It's unpleasant, so just stop it right now!
But my background has nothing to do with the article. The story is about food waste. If it's unpleasant, you can simply choose not to read the articles. No one is forcing you to read about my experiences. I only shared my concerns about last-minute cancellations in the interview. I didn't mention any customer information or point fingers at anyone. Everything I said was factual. and the public seems interested about this issue. I'm not causing anyone trouble. In fact, thanks to that article, the restaurant is fully booked again. New customers are very supportive. Interesting how public sympathy works, isn't it? And I have no intention of taking down the article. It's my declaration of war against whoever's behind these harassment tactics.
You declare war?
The article has brought in many new customers, helping diversify our clientele. I bet whoever was trying to cause trouble with the cancellations must be quite frustrated now. Because our business is better than ever. Funny how things work out sometimes. After all, their actions ended up benefiting the restaurant.
You think you're so clever? Damn, don't get cocky!
I'm not being cocky, but I am feeling pretty good. I'm just running my business, managing my restaurant. It's nice to see justice work naturally, because I'm sure karma will catch up to anyone who's been canceling reservations at my restaurant.
Huh? What are you talking about? This is outrageous! Writing such a slanderous article! This is defamation! I'll sue you! You've gone too far this time!
Have you consulted with your lawyers about that? They might have interesting insights. Well, I didn't write the article, so complaining to me won't help at all. The journalists did their own research. Besides, regarding defamation, the new article only mentions that many of the canceled reservations seem to be from council members. There's no personally identifiable information. Everything is carefully documented, and 80% of the article is just my personal interview.
Interview? Don't play dumb! You talked about our family too! You're destroying our family reputation!
Really? Did I? Let me think. I was just being thorough in my responses. Oh, they asked me to share my life story, so I did. I told them about losing my mother to illness, training after high school, opening my restaurant, and having a fiancé from a political family. All public information, really. But unfortunately, the engagement ended, so I'm focusing on my work now. Did I say anything strange? Everything I mentioned is factual. I just answered questions about my life. Claiming defamation for that is quite a stretch. Please calm down.
Shut up! You gave those answers maliciously! I won't forgive this. You deliberately mentioned the political family part. You knew exactly what you were doing.
Maliciously? I simply told the truth. Would you prefer I had lied? If you have any complaints, you should talk to the writer who wrote the article. Because they're the ones who turned my interview into an article.
Hey! You're the one behind that internet article! You orchestrated this!
Hello, good day to you. This is Oak and Associates Law Office. I'm Rachel Oak. May I ask who's calling?
I know who you are, and you should know exactly who I am! I don't need to introduce myself, just take down that internet article! The writer said you requested it!
Ah, so this is a personal call. I was confused because this is the law office's consultation line. From the situation, I'm guessing this is Councilman Thompson. Regarding the article, we won't be taking it down. If you want it removed, please submit a formal takedown request. Though I don't actually have the authority to remove it anyway.
I know you orchestrated everything. That's why I'm contacting you directly.
Well, removing such a widely read article would require substantial justification. It's also a matter of revenue for the writer. Have you considered why the article resonated with so many people? The public seems quite interested in stories about abuse of power.
I know what you're doing!
Would you like to discuss this legally?
Damn, I'll make you regret messing with me! You have no idea who you're dealing with. I have connections. I know important people. You're finished. I'll destroy your law firm.
Are you actually trying to threaten a lawyer? Is that a declaration of war? Well, fine by me. You're making this very interesting. I've been waiting for this moment, you know. Do your worst. I'm a lawyer who fights with the law as my weapon. I accept your challenge. My, Mr. Thompson. Quite the social media storm you're in. Are you holding up okay? Your name is trending. Having a rough week? The media coverage is quite extensive. The public response has been quite overwhelming, hasn't it?
You're behind this too. This is all you're doing. You orchestrated all of this. Damn you, this is all your fault. You planned this from the start. Make it stop. You have to make it stop. The phones won't stop ringing. Emails are flooding in. We can't handle it all. Everyone's attacking me. We can't function. This is interference with public duties. Aren't you ashamed as a lawyer?
Ashamed? I haven't made any harassing calls or emails. I haven't violated any laws. Everything is perfectly legal. This is all self-inflicted, isn't it? After all, you were the mastermind behind the restaurant cancellation scheme. Your own actions caused this. The public simply responded to the truth. Not to mention all the workplace harassment and sexual harassment of government employees. Once these facts became public, it's natural for people to react strongly.
But those were all confidential matters. No one was supposed to know. How did this get out? This has never happened before. Someone must have betrayed me. And with such detailed evidence, how is this possible?
Well, I did my homework. Very thorough research.
What do you mean, research?
Let me explain something interesting. Didn't you find it strange, Mr. Thompson, how a lawyer like me could commission internet articles? Didn't you wonder about my connections? Weren't you curious about my reach? And how I got multiple related articles published so quickly? That's not normally possible, is it?
You must be threatening the writers. You're using illegal methods.
No, I'm not you. Actually, there's a simple explanation to this. My past is quite interesting. You see, I used to be a rebel in my younger days.
A rebel? What does that have to do with anything? What are you trying to say?
Let me be clearer then. You see, I have connections. Which means I have lots of friends, more like family, really. People who know how to find things out. And while I've moved on, the media company that published those articles, it was actually founded by me and my old crew. So they're pretty willing to help when I ask. You know how it is. We've been watching you for a while, monitoring your activities.
What? How is this possible? An ex-rebel who founded a company and became a lawyer? What kind of background is this? What kind of connections do you have?
It's more like my friends wanted someone with legal expertise when they started the company, so I became a founding member. I don't handle operations, but I sometimes review articles for legal issues. That's why they were comfortable giving out my contact information as a point of contact. Oh, and I've reviewed all the articles about the cancellation situation. They're legally airtight. You won't be able to get them taken down on legal grounds. We're not that sloppy.
This can't be happening!
Surprised? Life takes interesting turns. We rebels are quite resourceful.
Damn! Why? Why would you go so far for that woman? What's your stake in this?
Isn't it obvious? We would do anything for our friends. That's what rebels are about. And you picked the wrong person to harass. Now face the consequences of messing with one of our own.
You think you're untouchable because you're a lawyer? I still have influence. I can still destroy you. Don't get cocky, you upstart lawyer. I'll sue you. I know plenty of lawyers. I'll make sure you never practice law again.
Go ahead and try. I welcome the challenge. Because you're the one who's going down anyway.
Why am I being sued for extortion? I'm the one doing the suing. This wasn't supposed to happen.
Well, your previous messages and statements were quite incriminating. We could easily make a case for extortion and defamation. You've hired a good lawyer, but I'm also a professional. An ex-rebel. My motto is never back down from a fight. So, let's take this all the way, shall we? Though you're at a massive disadvantage.
I haven't hired any inexperienced lawyers. My legal team is top-notch. They've never lost a case. You can't win.
They are formidable opponents, I'll give you that. But I don't need to fight them.
Backing down already? Afraid to face real lawyers?
You really don't understand your situation, do you?
What?
You'll see soon enough. Impressive, Mr. Thompson, as expected of a council member. The media coverage is on a different level. Your face is all over the news. How does it feel having reporters surrounding your workplace and home?
Make it stop! You have to make it stop! I can't even leave my house!
Once your harassment, cancellation scheme, and other misdeeds went public through those articles, the media wasn't going to ignore such a juicy story. They're quite thorough in their investigation.
This isn't how it was supposed to be! This isn't what was supposed to happen! I was respected! I had power! Why am I being hounded by the media like a criminal?
You still don't understand? Because that's exactly what you did. Your actions have consequences. Have you seen the news? More victims are coming forward every day. Public opinion has completely turned against you, and they're fully supporting the victims. As a council member, you should know the scariest thing in the world is clear-cut public moral outrage. People believe that justice should always triumph over evil. In other words, they think it's okay to punish those who do bad things. There's nothing scarier than mob justice once it starts rolling.
Please, you have to help me. My career is ruined. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I won't do anything else. Please just make all this stop.
Now you want forgiveness? After everything you've done? You know, my family runs a farm, so when I saw those rotten vegetables, I understood exactly how carelessly you managed food. That showed your true character. Once something's rotten, it can't be restored. Just like your reputation. That's why I don't trust your words or accept your apology. It wasn't just the vegetables that were rotten, it was you.
I hear the Thompson family is being pursued by the media, and now they're facing a class action lawsuit from harassment victims. After losing credibility, Mr. Thompson lost his political faction battles and his position as a council member. His re-election chances are now hopeless. Since he was the main breadwinner, the family is struggling financially. Ex-fiancé couldn't abandon his parents when they begged him for help, so he went down with them. As for me, I managed to get the compensation, and now I'm busier than ever. The publicity from this incident spread the restaurant's reputation, and we're flooded with reservations from regular customers. I'm a bit embarrassed about being known as the chef who never wastes food. But our sales are doing well. I'm using the profits to start an initiative supporting single-parent families. After Rachel helped me through this, I realized I want to be someone who can support struggling families and children.